You want to use Claude to manage your PPC. Here's a very short explanation of what Claude can do for you, what it cannot do for you, and maybe you can draw some conclusions on exactly how to approach this, what this tool can actually be, and if it has enough value for you or not. So, what Claude does very well is strategy and analysis support. It interprets past data, it explains frameworks, thinks through campaign structures and optimization logic. But only if you explain the logic and the structure and the frameworks to it. Otherwise, it cannot create them from scratch to be perfectly applied to your account and at the same time make adjustments to said strategy if it doesn't generate the right results for you. Keep in mind that any AI tool does not feel loss of profits like you do. It's very good for education and training. It can create SOPs, training materials, onboarding decks, and you name it. This type of thing is easy. But again, you need a specialized person to actually explain what the training actually is and who are the people that they are onboarding and all that. So context is key. If you cannot explain accurately, it will not generate what you will need. And be very careful. It will be very compelling and it will look amazingly well when you see what Claude can present to you. Just because it sounds well does not mean it actually applies. Content and communication, this is not about PPC management. Research and market context, yes, feed a lot of information into Claude and try to find patterns, try to find competitors and what they're deciding, what they're making adjustments. Claude is actually amazing for this. And it can help you build an amazing strategy if you understand how to use it in this market research and strategy. Now, here's where Claude doesn't do very well. It cannot log into Seller Central, pull live data, adjust bids, or make any account changes based on the information it sees. So you have to do that manually. There is no memory between sessions. So unless you use the pro version, you run the risk of running every conversation fresh. Also, if you're gonna have like the same thread and communicate with history with Claude, after a few months or after, let's say, 4 or 5 weeks, it can lose some of the initial information you gave it 5 weeks ago, right? And this is not Claude's fault. It's just that everybody on the planet is using it and it's getting very expensive. So Anthropic and other companies are limiting or reducing or deleting data which is a bit older. So make sure you understand that it will forget because data is being removed, replaced, and so on. So make sure you understand if you're trying to build a strategy and always ask new questions to build on top of the same strategy, what you decided is a status quo 5 weeks ago can be adjusted. Okay? It cannot monitor campaigns, it cannot flag any budget spikes, it cannot catch problems outside of a conversation. So it's very important to know that you still need to keep your eye on everything and use this tool, which is very powerful if you know what you're doing. Use this tool to actually spot things that otherwise you might not have been aware of. And also the main problem with which every AI had until now, hallucination risk, right? This comes back to what I was saying previously, that it will deliver some information to you. It will look amazingly good and it will be very compelling. So make sure you use critical thinking when making decisions, okay? Let's look at the nuanced middle ground, if you will. So Claude, like other AI tools, it's definitely a co-pilot, but it's not a pilot. A skilled PPC manager using Claude will work faster, better, but Claude cannot replace it 100%. It's very good at writing campaign summaries, exploring metrics, and everything. So definitely, again, it's a tool that will help your PPC manager. It will not replace your PPC manager. But if you do manage to feed it all the right information and make sure you explain in depth, and when I'm saying in depth, I mean all the possible details, not just the ones that you think are relevant, all the details, it can definitely help. So if you're having a PPC agency, they're most likely using Claude. If you have an in-house PPC manager, maybe find a way for the PPC manager to start using some AI tools and build your own internal SOPs based on your product, your niche, and everything. Now, if you do need to have something like this implemented, if you have more questions about AI and PPC, Claude and PPC, creating an agent to do the heavy lifting for you, we can have a 10-15 minute call about this, and I can show you my past experience, where it worked, where it failed miserably, how I'm using it very, very often to do a bulk optimization and upload a spreadsheet. It makes some adjustments based on rules I give it and re-upload it. So you can definitely find some value in speeding up your work. But it cannot replace the experience of a good PPC manager. If you want to chat more about this, reach out.